Welcome to the Ranking Factory software setup. We are in Toolbox. Here's all your tools, and we're coming across to HTML Creator. And by default, it's set on Cloud Stacker. And we want to come down to the second menu tab and click on Cloud Accounts. And this one is setting up Microsoft's Azure. It seems that whenever you get something figured out, these big companies go and change everything. So here's a new tutorial for setting up Microsoft Azure account. We come to azure.microsoft.com and click on free account if you don't have an account. So it's going to want to have an email address. So it wants to add a profile. And it wants to enter all your credit card payment information. So I'm going to pause recording. Payment information was entered. Agree to the terms and service. Okay, go to the portal. Or you can check out the demo to see how to use Azure. So this is all completely new. So if you come up to the gear on the top right side and click on Settings, I selected Dashboard as the default view and docked as the portal menu, so you get all this information down the side. This may make it easier for you to set it up, and you can choose a theme if you wish. So we're going to add a resource group, so you come over to the menu, vertical menu on the left hand side, and click on resource groups. Add the resource group name, and here it'll tell you it's a required field. And a resource group means a container that holds related resources for an Azure solution. Resource group can include all of the resources for the solution or only those resources that you want to manage as a group. You decide how you want to allocate resources to resource groups based on what makes the most sense for your organization. And you can click on here to learn more about resource groups. So I just gave it a name, and I want US East, and review and create. Validation pass, so it liked the resource group name just fine. From all resources, you want to go down the left hand side and look for storage accounts and click on add storage account, create account. And here you'll select the resource group that you want to use, give it a name, and then next, public endpoint, all networks. Microsoft Network routing is default. Microsoft Network routing will direct your traffic to enter the Microsoft Cloud as quickly as possible from its source. Internet routing will direct your traffic to enter the Microsoft Cloud closer to the Azure endpoint. I'm going to set Internet routing. Next is data protection. Blob soft delete. When turned on, Soft Delete enables you to save and recover your blob data in many cases where blobs or blob snapshots are deleted. The protection extends to blobs that are deleted as a result of overwrite. So up to you whether you want to enable or disable. File share soft delete. When turned on, Soft Delete enables you to save and recover your file share data in many cases where file shares or file share snapshots are deleted. This protection extends to files that are deleted as a result of overwrites. Again, up to you whether you want to enable or disable. Okay, next, advanced. Secure transfer required. It's set by default to enable. Blob public access set by default to enable. Version Azure files. Next, tags. If you want to fill tags in, you can put these in here. Next, review and create. Validation passed, so create. Deployment is underway, and they would love my feedback. I don't think they would love my feedback. Okay, so it is, I think it's still doing stuff. Okay, go to resource. So, go to resource. Click on containers, add container, container name. So over on the right hand side you want to give it a container name, public access. So here's where you set your public access. So container anonymous read access for containers and blobs. and go ahead and create. Successfully created storage container. You'll now come down the vertical menu on the left hand side and click on Access Keys, and here is your connection string. You're going to copy this, open up your Ranking Factory software and paste the connection string in here. So you want to give it a name, and the name has no SEO value, so it's just for your information. Okay, and click on Add Azure Account, and here it is. So that wraps up this tutorial.